Let's talk about something cool, man.
I get free flight benefits everywhere I go. If you're on the fence and you don't think you can do it, trust me, you can. It works.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. We're doing another 9 University VIP review. Trying to keep this no nonsense. We're trying to keep it real, honest, all of that stuff. I got my man Trevor on with me today. Really cool story today for you guys. Trevor, say what up to the people, man.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Let's get this out of the way from the jump. Not paying you to be here. I'm not holding a gun to your head, right? You actually want to say most of this stuff?
Yeah, I do want to say it. There's no compensation. There's nothing. This is real.
Awesome. Cool. We just got to get that out of the way. But let's talk about something cool, man, because I'm going to share my screen here. If you guys look in this group, my man Trevor joined about a month ago. He can talk about his experience, but already doing $1,000 a month on Amazon. So very interesting. One of the quickest people I've ever seen to get to the scoreboard. And then he's got his goals here and he talks about, his experience in VIP. Tell us how you did it so quickly. Tell us your experience in VIP, man. Let's just do it.
Yeah, initially we sat down with some friends for dinner, and they're doing the arbitrage thing. They're buying some things from a retailer at a steeply discounted rate, reselling it. So that's where we started off. Then about a month ago, we started with 9 University as in the VIP program, which that was absolutely phenomenal. It's like zero to hero. Is what I usually equate it to, because if you're looking for a no nonsense 5-minute videos where you can actually take your lessons and then apply it to the actual process while you're listening to it, I mean, it's just like you're sitting right there walking through it.
Cool. And
I thought that was truly invaluable. My wife and I were very happy with what we've done so far. Obviously, with business, there's a little bit of hiccups along the way, but that's life. You have to learn how to overcome that, and then be able to ratchet up to the next step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's so interesting that story, because I've seen people do it before, but you've really kind of turned it into a machine here. You find a product that you could sell that's cheaper somewhere else. You start selling on Amazon to kind of test the market. And now you're going to go into what we teach in the program, which is private labeling. Talk about first month of the program, boot camp, the community. How's that helped you guys get started?
I can't rave enough about is the online chat. Being able to access the coaches 24/7. I mean, we have an 8-month-old, and so during this course, it was working full time, working 10, 12 hours a day, going home, spending a couple hours. Eat dinner, then spend a couple hours working on the business, going through the fast track boot camp. Having access to those resources was truly invaluable. I can say that I went through boot camp in, I think it was like 11 days.
Oh, wow.
So watching through some of the videos, getting associated with Alibaba, figuring out how to relabel, how to get into the market of talking to resources over in like China, for example, if you're to buy something in China, and then bring it back to the United States, what's all involved with that, because nobody really knows, the duty on those, the taxes that have to come in, the tariffs and things like that might occur. You need to have those resources and be able to figure out how to navigate the international law and things of that nature. So having this as an opportunity, people that have actually gone through the program, I can't rave enough about it. As far as the videos were very pertinent. They were up to date. I can't say enough about it, in that when we went through boot camp, it was just like you were sitting right there next to me.
Wow. Well, that's great. Well, thanks for saying that, man. That's kind of what we tried to do. So going through boot camp got you kind of up to speed. Have you had a chance to jump on any live streams? I know you work during the days and stuff.
I have. On the weekends, I usually do. And those are, again, very valuable information. With work and all that stuff, it's nice to actually be able to go back and kind of review what was the content, which I think is pretty cool.
Whoever is watching this is probably kind of on the fence. They're either going to do Amazon, they're not going to do Amazon. What would you say to those people who are just getting started?
I would say trust your gut. If you, when we first went through 9 University and the massive investment that took, having that as kind of an overhead, that can be a little daunting. But once you go through the template that you set up, I think that is phenomenal. It kind of takes the guesswork out of where you could potentially fail, and that's where everybody is scared of, right? So I think the footprint, it works. I mean, having $1,000 in revenue a month starting off, it's just mind blowing. I never thought I'd do it, but you guys helped out quite a bit with reassuring us and giving us that support, that 2 weeks of boot camp, and then having access to your trainers, your coaches, totally invaluable. With that, if you're on the fence and you don't think you can do it, trust me, you can, but you are your own worst enemy. That's the reality of it. If you don't think you can and you're set on, I don't think I can do this, you're probably not. You have to have the mindset, I am going to succeed, and have that drive to succeed.
Wow. We could summarize the whole interview right there. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. That's one of my favorite quotes. Great point, man. So you've only been in here a month. Where do you see this going? I mean, you're just in the beginning.
Honestly, with the short-term and long-term goals, short-term, I want to be able to start paying off some of that debt. My wife and I, we make decent money at our jobs, and right now I don't ever want to leave my job just because I get free flight benefits everywhere I go.
This dude trains pilots. We were talking before the interview.
That's right.
He's the one keeping us safe. I mean, he's making sure the pilots know what they're doing before they fly the planes. That's pretty dope.
It's all about training, and in reality, you have for flight training, for anybody that's a pilot, you have ground school, you have things that you need to learn. And then you go and you apply it. Well, it's just like, 9 University.
Wow.
You go through the videos, you go through the ground school, and hey, you know what? You're ready to apply what you just learned. I think that's pretty cool.
We should just call it flight school. Let's just change the name. I love it.
Hey, there you go. But back to your original point was goals. Where do I see this go? So obviously right now I don't see myself leaving the job. I could see myself going part-time instructing and going that route, still be able to keep all the good bennies and things of that nature. I'm also in the military, so I want to keep on doing that. But being able to A, pay off the debt short term, and B, start putting a savings or taking care of or paying for daycare for our daughter, which if you ever have kids, that can be very expensive and can be very challenging at times. Longer term, obviously want to pay off all the debt, be completely debt free, and then start doing a lot more for the community. I like to donate a lot of my time, talent, and treasure to all these different groups. So that's one thing I absolutely love to do.
That's awesome, man. I love to hear that. I mean, it seems like everyone I get on the phone with or everyone I talk to in the group is the same mold. They want to work hard. They want to give back. They don't want to become bazillionaires for no reason and drive around in Lamborghinis. They just want to do the right thing, right? And that's right. The fact that that's who we're attracting into the program is incredible to me. Talk about the community. Have you gotten benefit? It seems like you post a ton in the groups. It seems like you like it in here. Is it something valuable?
I think it's very valuable. It's very valuable. There's a lot of different experiences. I've posted out, for example, yesterday we had a snafu with another supplier, or not a supplier, but another seller that had said, "Hey, look, you're stealing our intellectual rights and things of that nature." Out of good faith, we're gonna work it out, because that's the kind of businessman I am. I like to make sure that we work out our issues, because if you're starting off, you don't want to burn any bridges, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to be greedy. You don't want to be. I mean, those companies that are number one, they're number one for a reason, and it's taking care of their people. Yep. So work in that respect. I love having the group to kind of navigate what are your experiences? Okay, I've got this plan here. What am I missing? Am I seeing the big picture? And so having that as a tool that maybe you don't need a response right away. You have your VIP community right there that can respond overnight. If you're getting ready to go to bed, hey, I have a question on this. By the morning, you'll have 10, 12 responses and in-depth information, and boom, you're good to go.
That's amazing. I love that. If you had one quick hack for someone just getting started and they want to get to your level as quick as possible or even higher, what should they do?
utilize the software. That's number one. I know I've used Helium 10 and Boost 9. I've used them in conjunction with each other to make sure that I'm looking at the right stuff. But I also look at at what you would buy as a consumer.
Yeah.
If you're looking at baby stuff, you're looking at houseware, if you're looking at your example of the cornhole game with the lights.
Yeah.
I mean, things that you would that would attract you that sell well on Amazon. So I also look at seller rankings for different sections within Amazon. If you look at books, for example, you have a #1 Amazon bestseller. Normally, if you've attracted visibility of something under 50,000 in seller ranking, you're going to sell a ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just the reality of it. If you can find your niche within that, and that's my philosophy. If you find something that's selling well on Amazon, if you find something that's something that you would buy as a consumer, and then use the software to marry those three together, that's what we look at for success.
You're just giving stuff away for free, man. That's fantastic. That's so true.
I want everybody to succeed.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the life we live. You know, we don't do it for ourselves. We do it for everybody else. You know, having shared knowledge. Why do you have a coach? That video that you guys had on that campaign that you guys just ran. Why do you have a coach? I mean, that's the reason why. You want to make sure that everybody else that's around you is successful, because if they're successful, eventually you're going to be successful.
Absolutely. That's probably all the time we have. People's attention span is not long enough to continue. Do you have any last words? I mean, the people watching this, they're, like I said, they're thinking about doing Amazon. They're thinking about 9 University. What do you got to say to them?
Go out and do it. Best way to say it. But if you think you can, you can.
So true. That's a perfect way to end it. Hey, man, thanks, Trevor, for jumping on. If you guys have any questions, comments, we'd love if you drop them below. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more and more of this stuff coming. We just want to get you guys the actual, true results of our program, and most importantly, Amazon, because we know it's a great way to start a business. So love you guys. See you guys in the next one.